Hey Siri, give me an alternate name for special needs. You need someone to confide in. Maybe you lost your mind, you've lost your sanity, 'cause you're way too young Hey y'all. Oh my gosh, y'all. It's me again, first of all. And look, I know it's been almost 6 months since my last video. And can I just be real with you today? I'm going to be real because I believe that's a part of the channel, what it's for, why I created it, and stuff like that. So, if you don't know me, I am Jessica T. Moore. I am so many things to so many people. I am a wife. I am a mom, a neurodivergent mom of three absolutely amazing children, all with diverse needs and different abilities. And I'm also a business owner. My agency is Atlanta Youth Services, and I offer foster care, early intervention, and behavioral health services to children and families from 0 to 21 years old. And today I just want to come out here and be real with y'all. So, as you can see from the previous videos, I have switched up my channel. So, if you know me from however many years ago when I first started podcasting and YouTubing, that my brand is Embracing Imperfections and the Jessica Moore Show. So as you can see here, we have transitioned from the Jessica Moore Show, and now I am focused on empowered parenting. So I'm gonna take it back for anybody who may have been on this journey with me for a while and it's Jess, what's up, what you doing, and stuff like that. So back during the pandemic is when I officially launched my podcast and my online brand, The Jessica Moore Show. And I launched my first book in 2021, I believe it was 2021, yeah, Embracing Imperfections, which is a book to help women all over the world. So we had women from over 30, like about 30 different countries around the world who came together to tell their stories. Since then, I've had hundreds of people come through that program. There were 90 women who wrote in my book, but then I also had the privilege and honor of coaching other people with missions and visions to be able to bring those things to fruition. So that is what I did from 2021, and I launched 3 volumes, with the last volume launching in 2022. And we concluded this series with a live event and actually it was March of 2023. And so so in that journey, I was able to meet women and work with women from all around the world. Even with our international brunch that we had women flying in from Canada and England, London. We had people all around the US that flew in to be able to speak, to be able to tell their stories, tell their journeys, and talk about overcoming obstacles. I also had the honor and privilege to work alongside my mentor and coach, the great Les Brown. And in that process, I also was able to graduate with my master's in social work, y'all. All while I was pregnant in school, so I actually started my master's program with 1 child and graduated with 3. So, y'all, I had a lot going on. So I say all that to say that I had so many people who was like, where are you? Because after my live event in 2023, I disappeared, y'all. I disappeared. Like, I was gone. And I started to come back, but I had people who were reaching out and they wanted to know what's going on, what's up with the brand, when is the next book, and just all these questions. And I don't feel like I really gave anybody an explanation besides, unless you're in my close circle. But y'all, I went through a journey that I was not expecting. And it shifted my life in a way, y'all, we're not getting emotional today, but it shifted my life in a way that I didn't see coming. So if you, like I said, I don't know, we got new people, we got the day ones, the OGs. So I don't know where you're coming into my story at. So that's why if you see me jumping from this to this, is because I'm trying to make sure we all on the same page. Because I got new people in my life that have no idea about Embracing Imperfections. And then I got people from Embracing Perfections is no idea about empowered parenting, right? In my stories, I talk about going through a journey of instability as a child and losing my mom at 13 years old, moving from home to home, having a really unstable life, and really having to grow up at a young age. The loss of my mom is something that just really blew my mind. It was nothing that I would ever wish on my worst enemy. It wasn't anything that I don't feel like anybody can be prepared for. And my mom was actually 32 when she passed away. And so I just recently celebrated my 33rd birthday. So if just to give you context of where I've been mentally, going through the guilt of just being alive and knowing that my mom didn't get to see 33. So I've been dealing with just so much, just personally, that I took a step back for a couple years because I want to be able to give others the best part of me. And I felt like I needed to pour into myself as well as my children and into my business for the past couple years. And I needed to see what it looked like. So fast forward, like I said, I went through this situation with my mom passing. I went through that journey of instability. I went through being a teen mom, right? Being a single mom, going through domestic violence, going through teen dating violence, y'all ending up in jail, like all the things, all of this. Of course, if you read my books, if you haven't, go read it. So all of the things that I went through, I felt resilient. I felt strong. I felt like I could accomplish anything. I talk about finding out I'm pregnant at 18 and graduating 4 years later with my bachelor's degree. And I'm like, I'm getting it. I'm feeling like there's nothing that can stop me. I can be, have, and do whatever I want in life. And y'all, when my sons were diagnosed with autism, that was not something that I was prepared for. And it took me back to the moment when I lost my mom. And it was just like, and I'm sitting there as a kid, and I would have never thought that I would wake up and this is my reality. I was never going to see my mama again for the rest of my life. And I was getting ready to graduate from school. I was going to go through high school and everything. It was nothing I can do. It was nothing I could take back. It was nothing I can change. And that was my reality. And so going through the situation with my children and their diagnosis, it took me back to that moment where it was like, this is your life and there's nothing you can do about it. And so it was hard. It was hard. And like I said, I always felt so resilient. I felt like I got this. And in that moment, I didn't feel like I had it and I didn't know what to do. It affected my marriage. It affected my relationships with other people. Because one thing is like the way you get treated, the stigma that comes along with it, all the things outside of profession. If you know me as a professional in this world, set that aside. Personally, don't nobody want to find out that their children, you don't know what that looks like. And so it was hard. Like nobody wants to go through that. I don't know about you, but I didn't wake up and say, you know what? I want to be an autism and ADHD mom. I didn't wake up and say that. I didn't expect that. And it makes you, when you get in that moment is like you start to think about everything. What does this look like? At the time, both of my boys is nonverbal, right? And so you start to look at, will my child ever talk? Will they have relationships with other people? Will they have friends? Will they, like, how will other people look at them? How will the world look at them? Then you see these things online with these, just all everything. I'm not even gonna get into that, but it's, you think about in that moment, it's like the life just flashed, because it's like, what does this look like as an adult? You know what I'm saying? So it was so many things like weighing on me, and I kept pushing and I kept pushing to the point where I was like, I can't do it no more. And that's when I took a step back and I said, I gotta like mentally get myself together, because I started like crashing out, y'all. Like, when I tell you, I've been going through it, y'all. I was really going through it, and I knew that I needed to take a step back. And so in that season of me taking a step back, I was able to meet the most amazing coach. Shout out to my coach, Red, and become a part of his group and be able to fall in love with hiking and fall in love with my health and my wellness. Y'all, I started researching things about autism moms, ADHD moms, and how their anxiety is affected. They go through depression, health issues, just all the things. So I really started focusing on, and I'm still on that journey. So this is like a continual ongoing thing, like focusing on my health and wellness so that I can be the best version of myself and give my children the best part of me. So yeah, so that's the journey I've been on. In that process, like I said, I've been working the entire time with children in foster care, like in the foster care world. So I was deep and heavy in the foster care world. And I realized that there were so many things that I didn't know. And I'm going to these different professionals and they're using all these acronyms and all these words. And I'm like, what is this? And it's like a different world, you know? And so I was like, you know what? I do have a unique advantage as a social worker to be able to pivot. And I felt like I don't want to be going into these meetings and these people telling me this stuff and I don't understand what they're saying or what's going on with my kid. So I pivoted my career, not fully because I do still offer foster care services, but I pivoted my business to be able to contract and offer early intervention services as well. So I now, fast forward to today, my company we still offer foster care services. We offer behavioral health to teenagers. Y'all know that's where my heart and my passion is, because I can see the teens and I understand the struggles that they're going through. But at the same time, I now evaluate children for developmental differences, and then also coordinate services. And what all I be doing? I be doing a lot, y'all. But yeah, so I have shifted my focus, because being a neurodiverse mom is a big part of my life. It's something that I'm living every day. So that is why I had to put Embracing Imperfections to the side, so that I can be a little bit more streamlined in my life. And yeah, so that is pretty much the backstory. And so now just focusing on my goal for this channel, because I started doing the podcasting, and I don't know, y'all. I think that for a minute, what I want to do is just talk to y'all so that you understand like what the mission is and what the vision is. And then we'll get back into the interviews this summer. So with that being said, Empowered Parenting, welcome. We are here. And my goal, as you can see by the cover, unless it's changed by now, it is self-care, entrepreneurship, and parenting. And yeah, I want to make sure I was saying the right thing. Self-care, parenting, and entrepreneurship. So as a special needs mom, my goal is to show other families that it's going to be okay. So, and also to bridge that gap between professionals and parents, because while professionals, yeah, you went to school for it, at the same time, this is, as a parent, we're living this out. We understand, like, every day this is our life and our journey, right? So my goal for this channel is to bridge that gap while at the same time giving you what I did, my knowledge, my expertise as a parent and as a professional, and just being able to bridge that gap. If you haven't already purchased the planner, it's a 90-day empowered parenting planner that talks about my story and some of the things that I do. The biggest thing in my passion is that you have to take time for you, because like for me, you'll get so caught up in this therapy, that therapy, and this class, and you forget to focus on yourself. And if you can't focus on yourself, you can't be the best mom. So if for me, that's hiking, that's working out with Weight No More, that is spending intentional time with my husband, going to the spa, getting my nails done, getting my hair done. Shout y'all, I got my Fashion Nova. I got a whole bunch of cute clothes coming. Package will be here tomorrow. Y'all, they ship pretty fast. So doing things like that for me that make me happy, taking time for myself, taking 30 minutes. I always take 30 minutes to get my mom by the time I get my kids off to school. So it's just little things that we can tweak to be able to be the best version we can for our kids, because you will experience burnout as a parent. So like I said, that's my mission and my goal. I was doing the interviews. I'm going to get back to doing the interviews. But like I said, for a little while, I just want to talk to you, because I didn't do that at first. I just jumped right in and started interviewing, and I didn't really prepare you for what the shift was that was about to take place. So if there's something that you want to address, discuss, feel free to put it down in the comments. I am open, because like I said, I want us as parents to be empowered, that we can still live our life. We can still fulfill our dreams. We can be entrepreneurs. We can be whatever we want to be. We just have to do it different, right? And so that's my goal. Like I said, I'm going to commit to posting right now 1 video a week on Thursdays. And yeah, and we just gonna take it from there. Like I said, just expect that as far as with me, I am here to assist you as a special needs, exceptional needs, different, neurodiverse, whatever you want to call it, parent. Like I said, I have my planner. I also do consults. I also do coaching. So if there's something that you need, I will be like putting my links up and stuff. Right now, I just want to focus on just like the channel and making sure that I am providing you with what you need in this season, right? Before I start talking about what I offer and stuff like that. So as like I said, if you need something, feel free to hit me up. I did have my social media is like down. I'm not on social media right now, but I did reactivate my Instagram so that you can message me if anybody wants to communicate with me. I check it maybe like once a week or once every couple weeks right now in this season. And yeah, comment, message me, whatever you need. Just let me know. Like I said, I want to be a resource. I want to be a bridge. If a professional you would like for me to interview, if you have questions, let me know. I have a few things that I'm going to be talking about over the next few weeks. And then once we get through that, if it's something else you like, hey, I like this, but we missed this, let's touch on that. Let me know. I got you. All right. So that's it, y'all. That's it. Thank you. Thank you just for everything. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, because you literally could have been anywhere else in the world, and you chose to be here with me right now in this season, and I appreciate you. I'll see you soon. Bye.